And it's your buddy Mikey.
And we're back and ready to talk about something that gets neglected. Are you ready, Mikey?
Is it going to be depressing?
No.
I like the uppity happy episodes. No. Give me something happy, Lily.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about is New Year's resolutions. Now, you might ask why, because it's definitely not.
It's not January.
No.
We're not on January 1 here, Lily. So what's going on?
So the reason that I'm bringing it up now is because this is actually when most people completely give up on their new resolutions.
Oh, there's people that make it until March?
No, it's 3.74 months. So I thought if we talk about it now, we can just revamp up people's drive to get things done. You know, maybe get someone to ungive up the ghost? No, the ghost. Ungive up the good thing? Whatever. We
want to inspire you to get her done.
There you go. So there's also Quitter's Day, which I didn't know about until I researched this. It's the
wait, hold on, stop. We have a holiday for the people that couldn't cut it?
Yeah. Yes,
I need to mark it on my calendar.
It's the second Friday in January. It's called Quitter's Day.
Quitters around the world.
We should start celebrating every year.
We salute you.
Every year we should have everything we quit that year. We can celebrate it.
Oh, gosh. That's depressing.
Yeah, and actually they were saying, you know why most people don't succeed at New Year's resolutions? It's because lots of times people will set something.
Turn your phone off, Lily. What is this?
They
want to hear your phone notifications while we're trying to inspire and entertain.
Hey, there's a good New Year's resolution to, turn your phone off more. I'm just saying. I don't carry my phone with me all the time. That's why I suck at dating.
Well,
people think I'm neglecting them.
I think we get a little addicted to stimulation.
True.
In fact, interesting side note.
Do it.
Because we're really careful about what apps my kids have on their phones.
Yes.
I've got a couple teenagers, and I did get them phones because it was important that we were able to contact them.
To know where they are.
And when we're babysitting, we want to have that peace of mind that we can call them or they can call us.
That's when I gave mine theirs.
But social media can be pretty dangerous for them. In fact, there's some... I just saw on the news in Florida, they're releasing laws that restrict certain social medias to a certain age.
Well, yeah, because it's too depressive. Too depressive. No, honestly, shout out.
Sorry, that was a big squirrel.
That's a Lolo song chorus.
Oh.
Shout out to Lolo.
Lolo?
Yeah, may she rockin'. It's from Debbie Downer.
Okay.
All right. So, hey.
So resolutions.
So anyway, my point
Quitter's Day. I mean, didn't try hard enough. I mean, couldn't stay committed. I mean.
Look what we do. Look what we do, Mikey.
It's okay. Hey, for the record, I have failed to accomplish many goals in my life. So, I am guilty.
You can't even stay on topic. That should be our resolution.
I might change the topic. I don't even want to think about the stuff I should have done that I haven't done. All right, enlighten me on
okay. So
the subject.
88% of people who set New Year's resolutions fail them.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, and I didn't realize this because I really thought more people did it. But it turns out that only 49% of people set New Year's resolutions every year. Why can't I talk today? Busy day at the office.
Enunciate.
Yeah, it's like my mouth capacity is shutting down. So, yeah. I was also saying a lot of times people quit because, it takes a while to establish a habit.
Yeah.
And people will sit there and they'll decide they're going to do something gung-ho. And it's hard for them to follow through because they don't have that structure.
Yeah.
So it's better to, I don't know, maybe set up your New Year's resolution so you start off easier. You know, maybe then you wouldn't like crash and burn so fast. Or do what I do, go to the gym and be like, that's right, I'm gonna work out. And I go in there for 2 hours and I'm like, yeah. And I haven't been in the gym in like months. And the next day I wake up and everything's so broken. I can't go for a week.
I have a confession.
Tell me.
Here's my confession. I have never worked out at a gym.
Really?
Once.
Oh.
I've passed
Year's
through when I was a
resolution.
kid once. Okay, but here's the deal with me. Like, I had mad metabolism skills as a youngin'.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
As did we both.
and
all.
if you would have told me I'd ever get to the point where I had a dad bod, I would have laughed at you.
True.
Because I could have like consumed 8 cubes of butter a day and had my normal diet and never gained weight, right? So it wasn't until my 30s when my metabolism started to slow down that I've started to put on a little bit of weight. So now I'm at that turning point where I'm like, okay, I got to start doing some things. But it's like, I have this stigma against gyms because like of the, you know, how many people go and sign up in January and the gyms are banking on this, right?
Oh, yeah.
They sign up and they pay month after month and then they like don't go.
Oh, yeah.
So I've
That's
always
why
had
they try
this.
to lock you in those evil, like, I'm glad my gym doesn't do it.
So I wanted to be like above and better than the gym in a sense. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to work out, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to run.
Oh, you're a rower. Don't you have a rower?
I've got a rowing machine. Yeah, absolutely. So instead of, you know, giving
Let's
revenue
row
to a
off.
gym,
Let's have a row off.
I spent over $1,000 on a rower.
Let's use this baby.
Oh, yeah. Like to crank on that sucker.
Oh,
it
yeah.
works like a large percent of your body, like
does.
80%.
I know about that.
I can feel it in my
It's-
calf.
and all
I feel
up
it in
through
my
your
thighs.
back, your abs,
I feel it in my
arms,
quads.
shoulders. Yeah, I showed.
All the weird muscles that like
Yeah.
people invent names for. I feel it in my
Yeah.
flactoids, you know, like everywhere.
I shamed someone who was all like, why are you wasting your time on that? And I showed them like a picture of all the muscles highlighted that it worked. And they were like, ugh. Later I saw them on it.
Well, it's like swimmers too.
Yeah.
Show me someone who swims on a regular basis that's ever fat.
It works out every muscle in your body.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I always had
That
kind
is
of
the biggest
I had this kind
resolution.
of anti-gym mentality because I'm like, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to talk me into signing a contract and paying money. Because then I would just get mad at
My gym
myself for
doesn't
not
have a
going.
contract.
Okay, well that's nice. That's
You can
nice.
quit anytime.
But you know, I kind of
month
like
to
to
month.
just feel like, okay, I'm gonna go running. I'm gonna.
24 hours.
I mean, if you really want a good workout,
just work out with me.
just run up and down your stairs if you have stairs in your house 20 times.
Okay, the stairs are my crack cocaine. I go to the gym and I get on that and I listen to a book or music. And dude, I'm telling you, the best workout is when you're mad. Or if you have something you can get mad about.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll get
You
on
want
there.
to channel that
Or
energy.
think of anything that stresses you out. Like
Yeah.
you hone in on that feeling. And the next thing you know, you're just like, yeah. And then, you know, put on some music that fit that vibe. And then you're like, sometimes when you work out, you're sitting there and just like, oh my gosh, I have to be on here for 15 more minutes.
You're more
What? Or
intense
30.
than me, Lily.
You get on there.
I
and
go
you're
out
just
and like mow my
oh,
lawn and I'm
time
like,
went.
you're about to get it, you overgrown lawn, you. I'm gonna have to empty this bag like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, I get done mowing. That's when you know you're out of shape. You get done mowing and you're like sweating like a pig. It's like, okay.
Here I'm at the gym on level 6 or 7 on
Hardcore.
the stairs, and I'm like, those freaking guys have no respect on the.
Hey, but you know what? You know what? You ever had a lawnmower stall on you? And you
Yes.
start cranking that chain to get
Yes.
it going?
And I got an ached arm.
That's
the
a
next day.
freaking good workout,
I don't
man.
like working out my arms. That's the weakness, by the way. I mean, I had recently worked. I was working with metal for a while, and so I'd built some muscles. But I need to start doing some push-ups or something, or that's all history. Because
Yeah.
the last thing I want to work out of the gym is my
Well,
arms.
and I'm working with a mentor right now that's kind of like a life coach. He's one of the people involved with the company I do for my day job,
Nice.
but a very successful guy. And he's a millionaire and worked his tail off, has great philosophies. And he's telling me, okay, I get up every morning and he does these burpee push-up sets.
Oh yeah, they kick your
So
butt.
he hops down on the ground on
Yeah,
all
I know what
fours,
a
jumps
burpee
up,
is.
and then or hops down, does a push up,
I can't do
then
a
gets
burpee.
up, hops down, 2 push-ups.
I can't do burpees.
Get up, hops down, 3 push-ups.
Did I say
and
I
he
can't
does
do
that all the way until he gets up to 10. So I gotta make
Good
myself
luck.
start doing that because can you imagine the definition?
Oh yeah.
My shoulders and my
Oh
pectorals
yeah. Your
would have.
man boobs.
If I was doing
your
some
moves
serious.
would get
Don't
turned
call them
into-
moves,
They would turn into Arnold moves.
dude.
Hey!
My man breasts started crying because you made fun of them and called them moves.
Not.
Do I really look like? Okay, I kind of do a little bit, just teeny.
Just a little bit.
I wish you guys could see right now.
You could wear a training
they
bra.
kind of.
It could be a training bra. It's only training bra.
You're in so much trouble. Okay.
Okay, so anyway.
But you were talking about. Wait. You were talking about making sure that you replace. You have to make a new habit.
I like this is personal advice, by the way. I didn't read this anywhere online. I was just thinking because I did read about how people will just like dive into something and they'll expect to just like go hard and it's not a habit and that's their problem. But I was thinking like, what if you were just like, okay, I'm gonna hit the gym for only 30 or 15 minutes at first, and maybe I'll start out going like a couple days a week and then I'll move it up, so you don't overwhelm yourself. And another thing people have a problem with too is muscle weighs more than fat. So they'll go to the gym and they either won't see a change because they're losing fat and gaining muscle, or they are gaining weight and they're like, what the heck is going on? And it's because they're gaining muscle. And eventually you get to a point where your weight will just drop.
So they're just not consistent enough
it'll like
to see the result that they're hoping for.
So they get frustrated.
So they get irritated and
they
mad.
Stop, and they probably stop right before they could have a good hit.
Self-sabotage, right?
Yeah. And I wanted to say too.
Then that raspberry jelly powdered donut starts calling your name. Like, I'm done working out.
Heck yeah.
Give me some of those donuts.
Heck yeah. Oh, and be careful about those cheat days too. If you're doing the whole, like, if that's what you're resolving.
Cheat days? I'm talking about cheat holidays.
So
I'm talking about like a sabbatical from
you won't make progress.
The goals.
I just know this from being in a world of fitness.
Yeah.
Like, if you sit there and you go and have a whole day where you're shoving your face with bad things, you completely undo what you're trying to do. You really do. So it's
and
better.
You're kind of mentally
sabotage yourself.
Sabotage. Yeah, you're telling your body that you're not committed.
Come on, when you eat sugar, you crave more sugar. When you eat carbs, you crave more carbs. And I'm not saying you're dieting, but my point is if you are, like, if you decided to go and do that, you can maybe make it so you have a cheat meal, but maybe not every weekend. Because if you notice that a cheat meal makes it really hard for you to stay on the wagon, maybe you should just like bump that off.
Well, and there's healthy treats out there too.
There is.
Because the thing about that's so important with making a new habit is replacing it, right?
Yeah.
You have to replace the behaviors.
Exactly.
And I think we talked about this a little bit in one of our other episodes, but human nature is so interesting because it really is founded on two desires. Every decision we make every day and everything we do is based on our need to feel pleasure and also our need to avoid pain. Mm-hmm. So every decision we make. So it's like, it might get to the point where if I love Twinkies, right?
Yeah.
And I love them so much and I eat them all the time. And maybe, obviously, if I'm eating a lot of those, some of my other areas of life are probably a little out of whack.
Yeah.
But let's say I start putting on
That's a whole other thing.
I start putting on some weight one day and I take off my shirt and I look in the mirror and I'm not like shaming myself, but I realize, hey man, that's not who I want to be, right?
Yeah.
So then now, because of that disgust or displeasure,
yes,
because of the result,
yes,
now I can make a mental association to Twinkies. Twinkies equals a body that I don't want to have.
Right. I was telling you, we did talk about that at one point. I don't remember
what the topic was.
It might not have even been a topic. I might have just brought it up to you.
We might have brought it up with drugs a little bit. But yeah, those two needs.
I started saying to myself when I'm on a diet that before I start the diet, you know how usually you just want to shove your face with the things you can't have after it, which usually makes it so you have to work on even more to get off. But I'd sit there and mentally like tell myself that that's the poison that's making me look in the mirror and feel like I don't want to go on dates or whatever because I don't like the way I'm looking. So like when I was really heavy, that's what I started to do when I gained a lot of weight during COVID, which by the way, people mean this. They made me go in and get my picture retaken after like 20 years right on the second year of COVID. Thank you very much, DMV.
Were you talking
Thank
driver's
you.
license?
Oh yeah, I'm all chubby. I got like a little of a turtle.
Oh.
The turtle on my neck. Turtle.
Now there's a gouge.
I was like, and my other one was amazing.
And I already hated people at that
and
institution.
Now they don't want me to do it again for like 20 years. I'm all like, maybe I should just go back later and be like, can we just take one? Like, I'll just show up there in a couple days. Can we just like redo my photo? I wonder what they'd say. They'd be like, you vain awful
Can I
woman.
replace it with my Glamour Shots portrait? Please?
No, but I thought that was evil timing.
Yeah. But it brings up a good point. Like you said, one, you got to pace
associate
yourself.
it to that. Look at it and be like, that burger is my enemy.
Right.
And like try to convince yourself, like, don't let your mind mentally relook at your food, but don't do it to the point where you have a problem and you're like anorexic and bulimic or anything.
There's healthy levels of everything.
Yeah.
But the idea is
remind yourself that is
it's easier to not do a thing when you associate negativity to it instead of positivity.
Instead of looking at it and being like, that's my pleasure.
So now,
chocolate, my love.
I mean, the person that changed their lifestyle, they now associate a lot of pleasure with going to the gym. Whereas someone who's new at it and I achy when I'm done.
Yes.
My mind wants to associate negativity,
when I ache, I'm like, you did good, raw.
But a lot of people don't make it past the first initial pains, right?
Yeah,
so you gotta push past that.
And that's why it's good too to start out small and don't get mad at yourself for that. Like literally go in and just, you don't even have to be on the same machine for 30 minutes. Just go around and do what you can do till you feel like you're getting uncomfortable. Because like where you need to start isn't where everybody else needs to start. Another thing is I have friends. And I know we're talking about this one a lot, but come on, it's the number one every
biggest
year.
One. People want to get in better shape.
People want to get in shape.
And as more technology comes out and jobs change, we're not out working in the fields every day like our ancestors.
We're getting more and more.
It's easier to get a little overweight or pack on the pounds. So
what I was saying is it's really good. Oh God, now I just lost what I was going to say.
Because I get a ton of exercise working from home, going from my desk to the toilet in my master bathroom that's 5 feet away. And then from there I get done, go sit on the couch, watch a show. Oh shoot, my son needs to be dropped off somewhere. Walk to my garage, get in my car.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to know how many calories I didn't burn that day. Like, it's too easy to just not do stuff.
Someone in our family that we mutually know hurt themselves cleaning grease off the ceiling from cooking and could not like lift their arm without problems. And we're laughing about how that is how they hurt themselves. So there you go.
There you go.
So it's okay. You're using stuff you're not used to. And what I was trying to say is I have people I know who are always like, I need to lose some weight before I go to the gym because they're embarrassed for people to see them. And I just want to tell anyone out there that feels that way. By the way, they purposely make those mirrors make you look fatter. I guarantee you that because even when I think I look great, and I'll go there and I'll have guys like side-eyeing me when I walk by, I'll look in those mirrors and...
You turning a few heads there, Lily. My hottie sis.
Shush. I had a guy actually, it was pretty smart. He asked me if he could use my phone. And I was like, sure.
He put in his number.
He put in his number and he's like, text me if you're interested. How like unevasively cute is that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay, but aside from that, my point is that people are there and they're on their own head and worried about their own stuff. Nobody's going to look at you if you're bigger and be like, why are you here? And I want you to like realize they're more worried about themselves. That's why they're there. And even, okay, let's talk about the gorgeous people.
They don't go there to mock other people.
Yeah, like, look, even think of like those guys that look like freaking
the
Thor.
Guys that look like the Terminator.
Yeah, and Thor. Like, those guys, they're so worried about making sure they get their reps in, making sure they've gotten their protein, everything else, and, maybe texting some girl thereafter. I mean, like,
the
they
dudes
really
that
don't
are
care.
that big, though, pretty much live there anyway.
Yeah, I know. Like, and they're probably more obsessed with their bodies than you are. And when you walk in there, if you feel like you're not looking good. And
yeah, they're not there to look at you and make fun of you.
And
they're there doing their agenda.
I actually know, like, I've watched a lot of people with someone who's come in who's not fit, and they're, like, using a machine wrong or something. They'll come over and be like, hey, you could try using it like that. And, like,
try
to help and, like, encourage them. Because, honestly, I mean, let's admit it. We all can be jerks sometimes. we all have a little D in
There's
us.
some people that
But-
were like the bullies in high school that continue to do it as adults later in life. There's always those jerks everywhere.
But most people want other people to be okay and happy. We just all have different ways of like feeling like it would help make everybody happy, right? So just remember that about people. I think as a general rule, in the heart of hearts, most people are good. They just, what they feel like is good for everyone isn't always necessarily the same as other people.
Ooh, I want to share a quick little story.
Do it.
So I was so impressed by this video I saw on YouTube, and it was a guy that got so obese that he couldn't stand anymore.
Oh.
And this just goes to show that the key is to set a small goal
Yeah, okay.
and then keep going, right?
So what
he
do you do?
literally started moving his arms up
Wow.
and down.
Hey,
to
I did
start-
belly dancing.
To
It's
start
hard to hold
to start
arms.
burning calories because
Yeah.
he literally could not get up.
Oh, wow.
So he went from being not able to stand. Within a couple months, he was able to stand, and they keep showing like a progression of how he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets to the point where he starts taking steps and walking, and he's massive.
Oh,
and
like
then-
more than 400, 500?
It was, yeah, I'm not sure, but
it's gotta be
huge.
bad, yeah.
But then within like a year time frame, after he made those little wins and kept going, now he goes to the gym regularly, and he's like a fit guy.
Wow.
And it was just kind of an inspiring story
Yeah.
to see someone who would
He
literally
started
got to the
small.
point.
He played the long game.
Yeah. He got disgusted with himself to the point where he said, I'm going to do something different. I have to change.
Wow.
And he took the steps, and it just started with flailing his arms to the point where he was tired of burning calories. And he took it all the way to the point where now he's off like all the medications, and his life's transformed. So start small,
it's never
people.
too late, guys.
And celebrate the wins. And
yeah.
you need to find a way to reward yourself, because if you do that, then you'll be super excited. And obviously,
Nothing feels better than success. Like whatever that cake or pie or whatever that's smiling at you, dude, when I get to where I can put on that tight dress that shows off every single curve and I like the way it looks, that feeling, there's not a feast of buffet that could please me even slightly enough.
I couldn't agree with you more, Lily.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
When I put on that dress and every curve of my body.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're doing dress ups.
I'm a manly man. No, I do not put on my wife's panties and tell myself I look sexy in the mirror.
I mean, I'm not judging.
I've never done that before.
I didn't say you did.
Can we change the subject now?
Yes. Okay. So anyway, we've hit the highest one, but I also feel like we basically hit like some conversations you have to have with yourself, no matter what your resolution is.
Yeah.
Is that and
Similar philosophies and
Yeah.
thought processes behind
so
it.
this year, the biggest ones that people were making, the biggest resolutions that were being made was finances, improving finances. 38.2 wanted that. And if you think about how the economy's been and everything, it makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and we live in a world too where it's so easy to
Buy things.
to get in
They
debt.
pop up what you like on the screen when you're just like checking your emails or your dating app.
So I have one resolution. I actually, when we start off the new year, me and my wife made this resolution, and I'm proud of what we've done so far because we forced ourselves to establish like a budget,
Hey.
and
I'm
we
so bad at that.
contacted a financial planner, and like we set up life insurance for my wife in case she were to pass away, so that wouldn't be a big burden. I already had
Wow.
life insurance, but we also added a rider policy to her life insurance for the kids.
You guys should open one.
So that if
you should
one of-
open one in my name
No,
for you. No, so that if
Well,
I die, you get insurance for me.
but then I have to pay for that every month.
Oh.
Okay, but anyway, so these aren't things that a lot of people want to think about, but it's like you got a plan, right? So we even added a rider to my wife's life insurance so that if any of our kids die, we get an amount of money as well, so we can help with like the funeral
Yeah,
expenses.
because funerals are freaking expensive,
Yeah,
man.
so I'm proud.
Just throw me on a campfire.
We
Gather up what you can and throw it in the ocean.
yeah. So, but we're focusing more on like paying off debt, and it's easy to eat out a lot, which racks up a lot of money. Like there's
Yeah.
little things you can do.
I totally got myself this last month with that because I just kept eating out. And then all of a sudden I was like, I looked at my account and I was like, holy crap, it adds up, dude.
Or you coffee people out there that hit the Starbucks every day.
Heck.
That really adds up.
Heck.
Or even like subscriptions. Our financial planner was like, go through all your bills. And I even found, get this, because, we have so many charges going through our debit, and not a lot of people watch it very close. We, as we're cleaning up our finances and our budget, we're like, what's this $5 and something cent charge every month we've had for like 2 years? Well, yeah, it was a YouTube channel person that one of my kids managed to subscribe to
big.
like 2 years ago.
They scored big, dude. You've been providing.
I mean, but it's only $5 a month, but over the course of that's like $200 and something.
Yeah, they got that money.
So I'm like,
somebody was happy.
It's good to be a YouTuber for kids.
Yeah.
When the kids,
Maybe
do the
that's
extra
trick.
subscription on
Maybe
the channel.
That's the trick, Mikey.
and their parents aren't watching their debit or credit cards.
So then, okay, we've got the improving diet, which
by the way,
is a little
subscribe
different.
and like our stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do that.
Follow us.
So 31.6% people said improving one's diet, which I actually found impressive because that's not even just talking about dieting or losing weight. Like their literally goal is to eat better generally.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. Like I'm proud of us 2004 or 2004 to 2024. Where am I?
We just went back in time 20 years, Lily.
Hey, I think that's how old I am. So
okay, perfect. There you go.
So and then the other are a new skill was 8.8%, which is cool. Like, hello, why not learn a new skill?
Pottery.
Yeah, painting.
Fencing.
Ever try paint night? It's good. Fencing. Be careful. Axe throwing. Don't practice with friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
learn a new language. Some people.
That one's a really good
I would
idea.
love to learn
Traveling
Spanish.
More.
Ooh, travel.
5.9. No, I'm serious. 5.9% people wanted to travel more. And then look what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
Welcome, America, to our country. Darn it. Like, nobody likes us right now. I want to travel, but I don't want you to hate me.
Yeah. Well, me and my wife went to Cabo San Lucas. Yeah. I just celebrated my 40th birthday last month.
I joke.
And so
I went to the Bahamas like a couple summers ago.
Yeah.
And, I even lived over in the Middle East for like 4.5 years when we were over there attacking freaking Baghdad and stuff. And you know what? Nobody ever gave me like grief because,
I'm still bitter that you just played and had fun in the Mediterranean Sea without me.
Okay, we're going to Jamaica next summer.
I recently, one of the countries you were in was like Turkey, eh?
Oh yeah, so good.
And
so good.
I recently watched there's a show called The Challenge.
Oh yeah.
And they hosted 1 year they did it in Turkey. And I was surprised at how beautiful that country is.
And really good food.
I always thought it was like just dry, arid desert, but it's beautiful.
No, it's basically like if you went to, let's see, the state Utah in the United States, basically Turkey's like that. Like Cappadocia is like southern Utah. Ankara around there is like northern Utah. And then, except for on the flip side, you have the Mediterranean coast, which is better than California. More maybe like Florida, but we still don't, it's not the same. Okay. Like they literally call the water aquarium.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because you can see through.
It's
like
crystal clear.
I used to go snorkeling there, like just off of the village.
Yeah, I want to go to the Mediterranean Sea. I want to hit Italy. I want to hit Turkey. I want to hit Croatia. I want to hit all those.
Dude, they have like, people used to live, they have the early Christians hiding there and have underground freaking cities where they lived to hide so they wouldn't get killed. It's just like, there's so much crazy history there. They think Troy was there because the freaking Greeks and the Turks have been like stealing.
They've been hammering it out for a long time.
I could see the Greek islands across the water from that village.
Wow.
I'm like, I could almost swim.
Greece, I want to go to too.
I could almost swim.
So yeah. I mean, that's something that we plan for and set resolutions to because it's easy to let time pass. Mm-hmm. To get stuck in the mundane grind, and a year passes, and you're like, "What have I done with my life other than work and make money and pay my bills and then go back to work?"
Heck yeah,
you gotta spicing things up with some of those resolutions and goals.
Hey. So anyway, I'm kind of proud of people's resolutions this year. It's a little different, but in general, they'll say like hands down, fitness is usually the biggest one for people. Sorry, I have this lingering cough. The sickness season.
Well, and it's allergy time frames. Let's be real. There's lots of pollen going on.
Though, since like December.
Okay.
I feel like it's almost like I could say it's chronic.
Do we need to perform
an
exorcism?
Yes.
I will exorcise
all
the demons.
All of their mucus get out of the body.
Thinking of the sickness, but yeah, okay,
that too.
We'll do a
isn't that what makes you cough?
Exorcism of mucus.
Isn't that what makes you cough? Like the drainage?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about it. Okay.
Why are you talking about that? What are you doing?
Disgusting. Okay, so I actually was curious where the whole New Year's resolution thing came from. So, because I never thought about it. And I was like, okay.
All right, that's fair.
So I looked it up, and you would be surprised. It's freaking the Babylonians.
Them crazy Babylonians.
They started it. That's the first record, at least. So is what they would do. The different. It was a little different, though.
Was it always like in the beginning of January, like we do, the January 1?
No, it wasn't. It actually started in March, like mid-March, when mid-March, babies.
We're a little past late. Mid-March.
Yeah, okay.
It's like literally much the end of March, but we can pretend for a second.
When crops are being planted. Hey, I'm planting onions and stuff like tomorrow.
Awesome.
So I'm just saying, I already weeded.
I paid some people to weed my backyard.
Yes.
It got pretty bad.
Season.
Yeah.
Oh, you paid people?
Yeah.
Michael, that would have been a workout opportunity.
Those are calories I don't want to burn in that manner.
Dude, the back of my legs.
Have you ever tried?
My calves are so sore from weeding, bending
I'm on a 3rd-acre lot. 3rd-acre lot. Big, huge backyard. And we've been slowly reclaiming it. Because when we built our house, the backyard's not finished. Front yard's finished, but the backyard's not. And when you have this massive backyard,
it's
hard to take control of it. So we eventually put a playground area on one side of the backyard with like wood chips. So that, stopped all the weeds there. When we planted a big section of grass.
Yeah.
And there's still another big section of my property that is
garden/weeds.
That's where the wild things are.
Garden/weeds.
So it got pretty bad. And I'm just like, we're going to pay someone to do it. So we hired a landscaping company to come in and
landscaping.
How did I say that? You're rubbing off on me, Lily.
I'm sorry, that was just too perfect.
I need to enunciate. Landscaping company. They jumped out there and like weed whacked all the weeds and sprayed them and
snappy.
Now my house looks like a tame little beautiful meadow. It's beautiful.
Ooh, gorgeous,
backyard.
Gorgeous. So
$400 later.
Wow.
It was a big mess.
I paid people to clean my car.
It was a big mess,
Lily. I paid people to clean my car.
I did not want to spend that money.
It's okay.
But I did not want to do it.
I do it with my car.
I'll make it a New Year's resolution next year.
Not to clean my car in the inside. So it's okay. We can agree. Okay. We both have our weakness.
Pick your battles, people.
Yes, exactly.
But the Babylonians started it.
4 million years, or no, not 4 million.
Are we dinosaurs, Lily? Is this the Ice Age?
4 billion years.
4 million years ago, back in Babylonian times.
It was 4,000 years ago.
I promise we're like functional people in society. We're not total idiots.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. We fry our brains at our day jobs and come here and try and entertain you people.
That's true.
And we foul it up, all right?
Hey, we already did our thinking for the day.
This is our time frame when we don't think.
Exactly.
And we just talk.
We just share with you.
We wing it.
Woohoo! And bring it. Okay, so it's when the crops are being planted, and it actually was kind of a religious thing, and like mythology and sociomatic value thing.
Okay.
No, but anyway, is what they would do is they'd have a festival where they'd plant crops, and they pledge their allegiance to the reigning king or crowned a new king. So whichever it was. And they made a promise to repay debts in the years ahead. Also, they would go and if, let's say, you borrowed something from your neighbor like half a year ago. This was the day when they'd show up and be like,
this was the day of reckoning.
Here's your shovel from last March, Mark.
It was culture. They were culturally obligated. to make reconciliation on their promises, huh?
Heck yeah, and they were making them. Like they'd promised to their new king, and then they believed that if they fulfilled their promise that they'd made at the beginning of the year, that the gods would look favorably upon the new year. So it was like good for them for the whole year if they did that.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then ancient Rome continued the tradition, and they celebrated on like March 15th, and they had like
we should have done this episode on March 15th.
Yeah.
How did we fail our listeners? It's okay. We're only, week and a half short. Long, not short. Past.
It happens. We don't need to talk about why. Should we bring it? No. Technical problems. Never mind. Anyway. So now people later are going to be like, "What was it?"
You'll never know.
So anyway, the festival of Anna Purina was an Italian goddess of the new year, and it began in the spring. It was also celebrated on the 15th. And the Julian Caesar calendar, the Emperor's Julius Caesar introduced it in 46 BC, which declared January 1st the start of the new year. That is when it switched. So I thought it would be important to bring up. And it was to honor the Roman god Janus, which has two faces that are connected to each other. That's where you get like the revolving head guy from like He-Man.
Yeah. Wowzers.
I know. That's my association. But where it's got the two faces, one is looking back on the previous year, and the other one is looking forward into the new year.
Yeah,
Instead
a lot of symbolism.
One being angry and one being like nice.
Well, it's that concept of you learn from it.
Yeah.
And you grow from it, right?
Okay, here's the best
part.
Learn
from the past, make commitments to make changes in the future.
Here's the best part about this god. I love this.
Okay.
Okay, some god is going to smite me, and it's probably going to be Janus.
Okay.
But he was the protector of doorways, archways, thresholds, and transition into new beginnings. Okay, I get the whole transition into new beginnings. That's amazing. But doorways and archways?
Lily.
Earthquake?
What's going to protect you?
I knew it.
What's going to protect you during an earthquake?
I saw that look.
When the house all starts crumbling down.
I'm going to pee my pants.
After you cough yourself. Jeez.
Okay, go. Earthquake. That was an earthquake in my body.
Yeah, it's okay. So, you're counting on the protection of, did you say it was Janus or Janus or what?
No, like January, it's Janus.
Janus. So you're banking on Janus to help you in that archway.
So if you're in an earthquake and you're in an archway, you pray so hard to Janus.
But don't do it until you get in the doorway or archway.
At least I'm guessing. See, I would.
Do you need to drink some water? You're really struggling.
Yeah,
here.
I think I will. But it's usually A is awe in those cultures, so I would think it would be Janus. But we say January, so I was saying Janus. But for all I know, they say January. I'm just kidding. They had their own word for it.
You need to come over in January. To worship the god of Janus.
I'm sure in Italian.
That's exactly what
January. Anyway, so yeah, sorry about me. At least I know that.
Okay.
I'm multicultural. Okay, I'm going to take my drink.
The very definition.
Michael, tell a little mini story.
Once upon a time, there was a lady named Lily who needed to stop coughing. So we took a little break and maybe say an awkward little weird story while she attempted to swallow it and not laugh while I was telling the story about Lily. Okay.
Okay, done. So, age of chivalry.
Okay.
In the Middle Ages.
moving forward with the new year.
Middle Ages.
In the Dark Ages.
No, middle. 80 after death.
Yeah.
There was no Jesus.
Okay, all right. Continue.
Okay. Around 500 and to 1500 AD, medieval knights would pledge their allegiance and renew their vows to chivalry and knightly valor each new year, okay? So this is the best part. I'm sorry, I had to bring this one up because this is so funny to me.
Okay.
And I didn't know New Year's resolutions were so fun. Now I'm burping because I drank a big, huge swig. Oh, well, that was a weird burp. That was not committed. Okay.
You're embarrassing me.
No, it's going to be even better now when I tell you what it is.
Okay.
Okay. So they would... Legend has it the most celebrated chivalry vows were those called the vow of the peacock or pheasant. The pheasant. And the knights would place their hand on a live or roasted peacock.
Well, the roasted one doesn't run away.
I feel
you got to be mindful of those more chubby knights that can't keep up with the peacock alive.
Picture in your head, okay, Sir Lancelot placing his hand down on a cooked peacock that looks like a mini chicken on the table and being like, I swear my vows to you, O Lord and King, and to my chivalry. And he's sitting there holding a little tiny
Lily.
chicken.
Don't mock it till you try it.
Anyway, I just love that that's the most celebrated chivalry vow is the vow of the peacock. And I love that it didn't have to be alive.
Okay.
They probably grabbed off a big old chunk of that meat too when they were done. They're like, I swear to my king. And like, just maybe take the whole thing.
I've never heard of anyone eating peacock.
Anyway, the splendid various colors of these birds was thought to symbolize, majesty of kings and nobility. So pheasants, also can have fancy tail feathers.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I just thought that was great.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So anyway, my point is it's been around for a long time. And the whole ball drop thing.
Oh, like in New York?
Yeah. So
the Times Square ball drop?
Do you know why it's in Times Square?
Because it was the perfect time to do it.
No, let me tell you.
Okay.
Because the tallest building was there.
Tallest building. Okay.
Yes. Back in the day. And so they put it there. I'm going to break that accent.
Please do.
I'm not the accent person. No, but anyway, so it actually was originally made with like metal and stuff. It was like a gnarly thing. And they have dropped that ball every year except for twice. Do you want to know why? Do tell.
Because the power was out?
No.
Why?
This is very interesting. So they were worried about Nazi submarines seeing the lights of the ball drop and being able to bomb New York City.
Oh,
during
a target?
World War II.
Interesting.
Yes, I thought that was very interesting. It was World War II, right? I'm not being insane.
Yeah,
right
if we're fighting...
Okay, I was joking. I wanted to see how you would react. Come on, I'm a war fanatic.
I know.
Dude,
that's why I was so...
I love you.
That's why I was looking at you like I am right now.
I wish you could have seen his face. It was so freaking funny. Which, by the way, there's a new war comedy series. Well, it's a Special Forces series. I haven't checked it out yet. But they're supposed to be like undercover in Vegas.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay, I'm stopping.
That's another episode where we talk about the
dude
undercover Nazi people in Vegas.
I got excited when I saw I thought that is what happened was after partying in Vegas, a freaking team of Navy SEALs get pulled off to do a mission and they're all messed up and one's crying over how he lost money in Vegas. But I pushed play and they were trying to catch some terrorist who they thought might do something bad, and they were pretending to be partiers in Vegas. And I was like,
oh.
I was like, never mind. I mean, my scenario sounded funner, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to give me the Hollywood contract? I'll make this movie. Where they're going to get all messed up in Vegas. Somebody's going to get married to somebody they don't even know. They're going to be wasted. A couple of them are going to do something they shouldn't in the military.
Sounds like a Katy
and
Perry
then
song.
all of a sudden, but this is military. And then all of a sudden they get that call where they're like, you guys need to come now for a special mission.
Your mission, if you
over
choose to
in
accept
Afghanistan, or maybe it wouldn't be there now, but whatever. And they're going to be like messed up. One of them's going to be like high on cocaine and who knows what. And they're just going to be like, we got to go do a mission. And that's going to be it. I thought it would be a comedy and that would be the beauty. So anyone wants to make that movie? I got all the ideas in this head. All. Now watch, all that movie will come out later. And I
don't think anyone's going to make a movie like that, Lily.
Oh, come on, you'd be surprised.
Have you seen maybe
Sharknado?
I would. Okay, yeah, fair point.
Okay.
All right.
All right, back to
You're
topic. Right. I love how
it's probably going to happen.
We climb off. It's so great. So great.
It's okay. We both have ADD. It's all right.
That's why we're fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spontaneous.
Woohoo. So, anyway, I thought it was very interesting. So, the only 2 times that the ball didn't drop was during World War II.
During the
when
war.
They were worried about the Nazis.
Okay.
And, validly so. Like, the Nazis' nukes they were something mean. No, just kidding. Not the nukes. The submarines. And they're what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find it. Torpedoes. That's what I meant. Nukes are totally different than torpedoes. Seriously,
what, are they going to torpedo
I
the...
learned new things at my work today, you guys. I just changed to a new area in my position in the place I work, and I'm actually having to use my cranium a lot more, and I'm learning new information, and it's just like smoked. But that's okay, because guess what? We're having fun.
We're having fun.
But yeah, I meant torpedoes.
Okay.
So they were afraid of those, they were afraid of an attack. I'm just going to shut up now. For 2 seconds. Okay, so I found out something else interesting that I didn't realize because I've never actually been in Times Square during the ball drop.
I've only watched it on TV. Never been there in person.
Okay, so you always see that confetti fall, right?
I see how much stuff those people are wearing to stay warm, and it takes away all desire for me to be there.
I would not. But if you think about it too, all those people standing close together, it probably feels good. It's like being at a concert.
Yeah, but like you're holding your spot. You don't get up. Do people like show up there with Depends on so they don't have to find a bathroom in the middle of it?
You need to be like in the mosh pit section.
There's a mosh pit section?
There should be. Come on, certain bands play. It's possible.
Yeah, but usually pop stars and rappers these days. They're not.
It was like K-pop like a couple years ago. Dude, mosh to K-pop. Let's do it. We'll start a trend. We'll dress up. We'll dress up.
Or
like some kind of anime.
you do the Gangnam Style dance because the Gangnam Style guy back in like 08 or 09, whenever that song was popular.
Yeah.
He was totally in the performances for the ball drop.
Heck snap. So anyways, I'm just saying, folks, those confetti that fall down that you watch when you watch the ball drop, I found out that some people write down New Year wishes on those confettis.
They're magical confettis?
Maybe.
They're like falling stars that you make wishes on?
Michael, we should go to New York and interview people who put their confetti wish in the ball and ask if it happened.
I think that would be a waste of
time.
time.
What if it's a secret truthy? What if all these people
There's a reason why there's so many people in the freezing cold there every year.
Yeah, what if we're just out of the loop?
Okay, that's a possibility.
So yeah, I didn't know that. So some of those confettis that fall have wishes on them. Would you like to make a wish, little boy? Okay, so I thought we would finish off this episode with just a couple of ideas for New Year's resolutions that people maybe didn't think about.
Okay.
So, I've got funny ones and I have more like thoughtful ones.
Well, let's throw out a couple of them.
Okay, so
from each genre or category.
Sounds good. So one is like break a record, right? Like there was that. Wasn't there like a Cub Scouts who made like the largest pancake once? Just like
Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, just like decide
Why not?
to break a record.
Leave your mark on the world.
Heck yeah. Learn a decent party trick. There's something, and that's easy to succeed at, right? Wouldn't take long.
Yeah, learn how to do a blue dart.
Mm-hmm. And, in this world of unsocial times, make a new friend a month.
Okay.
Or you could even just say make 4 this year. Or make, like
increase
I said,
your social circles.
Yeah.
You never know when you might meet some amazing person that totally changes your life.
Yeah. And develop a good relationship with your body. Maybe you just need to love your body more.
Yeah.
We're really hard on ourselves.
Don't be verbally abusing your body and be nice to it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Like, we're very critical of ourselves. And I mean, I don't know about all you, but I'll be thinking I don't look good. And then other people will be like, you look great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
They're like, dang, Gina.
Yeah, exactly. And so my point is that, we're really self-critical. And I feel like that's a good one. Like, maybe there's not really that much wrong with your body, or actually, I don't feel like anything's ever wrong with someone's body. For me, it's more about health. So, like, if something's hurting your health, that's a big deal.
Right.
But if you're healthy, bodies were made to be in different shapes.
Yeah,
different
people
curves.
are big, some people are small, and
Yeah.
that's just the nature of things.
Yeah, and they're beautiful that way. Like, there shouldn't be some stereotype about what beautiful should look like. And people like different
things. It's not a
things.
certain height. It's not a certain weight.
Just like some guys like girls who are more, chunky. Some guys like girls that look like sticks. Some guys like flat butts. Some guys like butts that's got the bang. My point is that we're very hard on ourselves. So I thought that was a good one.
Okay. Offer yourself a little grace.
Learn something you've never learned as a child. Find that inner child. Jump in that pool with your floaties on your arms. Do the arm floaty.
The arm floaty.
Swim.
Climb that tree and then fall to your death.
Do it. You'll get a good workout. No, like, seriously. Go.
Yeah, release your inner child.
Learn to play the ukulele.
The ukuleles?
Hot cross buns.
Do that solo with a kazoo.
That's it. Hot cross
At someone's
buns on
funeral.
the kazoo.
At someone's funeral. And be like,
do that at mine.
I dedicate this to my sister lady.
You can play hot cross buns at my funeral on a kazoo.
Now I have to.
I think
I
you
totally
better.
am going to
You
do
should.
it. I'm like, I'll stand on that pulpit and be like, none of you are going to understand why I'm doing this. And I'm going to look like the biggest jerk, but I promise my sister is laughing right now.
And you should too. Tell them they should too.
Yeah.
And
I'm doing it.
Hot cross
buns with a kazoo.
Heck yeah.
It's happening.
Woo!
See,
Okay.
we just expanded ourselves.
Try a new food each week.
Oh.
That's fun.
Unless
Or
you're
even
allergic.
Once a month. Maybe you're also financially strapped, can't afford to do something like that. Some more exotic foods are expensive. But, you could even look up an exotic food and see where someone maybe knows how to make it. Or even funner, look up really good recipes that have like full 5 stars. Buy it yourself. Have a cook night. Follow that recipe. Make it. Then it tastes even better because you did it yourself.
You know what I've always wanted to try, Lily? I watch a lot of cooking shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't cook a lot, but I love watching cooking shows.
Dude, I watch Gordon
Ramsay stuff.
all the time. Like, I watch it all.
Next Level Chef.
Yeah.
I watch Chop.
Yeah, I watch them all.
Yeah.
And then, could I cook them? I mean, I can cook some things.
Yeah, but one of my resolutions this year is I want to go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant and I want to order, a beef Wellington.
I've always wanted that too.
Lily.
We should do it together.
Look at these things we're discovering. The fire in our eyes right now. I'm gonna play the kazoo at your funeral.
We're gonna go to
Hot
Jamaica.
cross buns. Yeah. And then
in Jamaica, we're gonna have beef Wellington.
we're gonna go to Hell's
Vegas.
Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen.
Let's go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, and we can pretend that we're special forces getting wasted in Las Vegas.
Stop.
Okay, I went too far. I went too far. Okay.
Mr. Producer, can we edit every reference she made about that whole thing?
I have so much respect
Edit that
for
other
special
part
forces,
out.
by the way. All military. Salute.
Salute. Thank you.
Okay. So sort out financial worry. You did that.
Yeah.
Do something nice for somebody else every day. Okay, it feels good when you do something nice.
Be a yes man.
Dude, I've paid it forward before. I've gone to restaurants and been like, how much is the check behind me?
We did that one time in drive-through.
Randomly.
And you wonder what chain reaction starts because there was someone that bought our meal.
I heard. Oh.
No, this just happened to me though.
Oh,
someone
really?
offered to pay for our meal in the vehicle in front of us.
Cool.
So then we paid for the one behind them. And the guy behind us better not have been the douche that's like,
so I think
let it keep flowing.
When I was in Idaho during COVID, I remember hearing on the radio, I think there was like 23 people
back to back that were covering
that
each
were
other's
doing it.
tabs, paying it forward.
I feel like, who was the last person? Like,
that
who was just like,
scumbag a-hole.
What? No, but watch, they had like $6.
Today's my lucky day.
It was like a car full of 5 people in front of them.
No, they really were like, hey, what did the person behind me order? Like, it's a minivan. Oh, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. We are not hating on you, person. I understand. And for all you know, it was a starving college person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a person who just
just went negative on their account.
Yeah. I mean, like even a normal guy who was just like, I don't have that budget today.
Spread the goodness, man. Be kind to people.
But it doesn't have to be that, like anything. And, you know, you would be surprised how much better you feel. Like, I mean, we all know it.
Even like really smiling and waving or, smiling at a stranger.
Yeah, be that creepy guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, girls. I want to smile at you.
What? Oh, look, I almost did it. That was the closest I ever got.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So,
closest you ever got to what? Want a popsicle?
Oh, No, I can't. Exercise your right to Taco Tuesday.
I do that frequently. In fact, maybe my resolution should be to avoid Taco Tuesday.
Okay, stop blaming your farts on the dog. There's a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I can't ever pull that off. Hers are very, very specific.
Treat your car to a regular disco car wash. Dude,
what?
I don't know what that is.
Where does that even exist?
I don't know. I watch it something naughty. But hey, let's like set up a disco ball.
Laser show while the foam's going on your car.
Disco ball and like get on some disco clothes and just offer like a free car wash. Cause then we get our doing something nice for people and we get to see people's reaction. And we'll just be out there like dancing to disco music with like bell bottoms. And just like
if I was out dancing with my swimsuit on outside right now, people would like not stop. They would not pull over. They would keep going. Good idea though, Lily. You can do it, Lily.
Spend a night ending each and every sip of your drink with an enthusiastic, "Oh, baby."
Wow. Where do you get this crap, Lily?
These are funny ones.
What?
I told you I'd say bull.
Okay. I like it.
But, my point is that it doesn't have to be something hard. It could be something fun, too. You know?
Yes.
Like, be on first name basis with your regular DoorDasher.
I don't pay for that crap. It's way overpriced.
Okay, so the reason I bring up this, of all things, is that a lot of us set really hard New Year's resolutions for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if you pick a couple dumb ones that'll make you laugh, like if somebody says a certain thing to you for a week, do the little I'm a little teapot dance with a song,
It's just going to add some spice.
Yeah, it'll just
and it's going to make the dopamines go off in your brain.
You can be like, I accomplished that. Like that would be a resolution you crossed off. And there's no rule about how many you make. You don't have to make one. So you could be like, I'm going to sing I'm a little teapot, short and spelled, to every person who says a certain thing for a week. And then after a week's done, if I did it every time, I made people laugh. I laughed for sure while I did it.
Yeah.
And then I can say, oh, shabam, knock that off my list. Write that crap on the wall. Put a big gold star on there. Check mark that baby.
Big gold star.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But on the same note, don't overwhelm yourself, people.
Yes.
Have very specific things.
Yeah, so maybe you have something really hard, make something really easy. Like put a coaster under your blasted cup. Because that's a pet peeve of mine. You know what I mean?
You might not want to share that New Year's resolution with anyone else.
So, no, but that's not.
But you could have it on your list and mark it off.
My point is pick something.
We get the point.
Yeah, you got it.
We get it.
So anyway, y'all, I hope you have a really great night. And
it's even though it's, basically past the quitters holiday and some of you have given up, you don't have to wait till next year, January 1.
This is around the time when everybody's, like a lot of people, like I said, 3.75.
The Babylonians and the Romans were doing it in March. You can too.
Yeah, start over. This is like, keep it going. Just be like, hey, I had to do a restart. Do you know that when I was reading up on this, they said that there's actually quite a few people who do finish.
Yeah.
And the way that when they asked them how they finished, most of them restarted at least 12 times.
Yeah.
So, like,
sometimes you get knocked down,
don't
but you
be a
got to get back
quitter.
on the horse,
Don't
right?
do the quitter's day.
Do it for one day, but then the next day, don't be a quitter anymore.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. And maybe if you set too high of expectations on yourself, quitter's day is just being like, okay, let's reevaluate how we can do this successfully.
You bet.
Like you said, you guys weren't good at finances, so you actually got someone who could help you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, don't make it too hard, folks.
Get her done.
That's all, folks.
Make some changes.
Wait, can you do that?
What?
That's all, folks. Hit it.
What? That's all, folks. I mean,
I thought that was good enough.
peace out.